Very good afternoon. Today we're bringing on Paul, Evan, also Vladimir. 3 American citizens, 1 American green card holder. All 4 have been imprisoned unjustly in Russia. Paul for nearly 6 years. Vladimir since 2022. Evan since March of 2023. And also since October of 2023. Russian authorities arrested them, convicted them in show trials, and sentenced them to long prison terms with absolutely no legitimate reason whatsoever, none. Paul, a former Marine, was in Russia for a wedding. Evan, a journalist with Russia, in Russia, was in Russia, assigned by the Wall Street Journal. Also a journalist, was in Russia to see family. All 3 falsely accused of being spies. And Vladimir was a Russian citizen by birth and holds an American green card. He's a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and was a pallbearer at my friend John McCain's funeral with me. He spoke out against Putin's regime. For that, he was convicted of treason. And now, their brutal ordeal is over, and they're free. Moments ago, the families and I were able to speak to them on the telephone from the Oval Office. They're out of Russia. Earlier today, they were flown to Turkey, and soon they'll be wheels up on their way home to see their families. This is an incredible relief for all the family members gathered here. It's a relief to the friends and colleagues all across the country who've been praying for this day for a long time. The deal that made this possible was a feat of diplomacy and friendship. Multiple countries helped get this done. They joined the difficult, complex negotiations at my request. And I personally thank them all again. I've thanked them personally, and I'll thank them again. All told, Russia has released 16 prisoners. 8 Russians who are being held in the West will be sent home as well. These 16 prisoners from Russia that Russia has released include 4 Americans, 5 Germans, 7 Russian citizens who are political prisoners in their own country. One of those Russians runs a human rights organization, Memorial, which won a Nobel Prize in 2022. Putin threw him in prison for voicing opposition to the war in Ukraine. 4 others work with Alexei Navalny, political opposition leader who died in Russian prison this year. Now they can live safely abroad and continue their work of advocating for democracy if they so choose. This deal would not have been made possible without our allies. Germany, Poland, Slovenia, Norway, and Turkey, they all stepped up and they stood with us. They stood with us. And they made bold and brave decisions, released prisoners being held in their countries who are justifiably being held, and provided logistical support to get the Americans home. So for anyone who questions whether allies matter, they do. They matter. And today is a powerful example of why it's vital to have friends in this world. Friends you can trust, work with, and depend upon, especially in matters of great consequence and sensitivity like this. Our alliances make our people safer, and we began to see that again today. Let me say this. It says a lot about the United States that we work relentlessly to free Americans who are unjustly held around the world. It also says a lot about us that this deal includes the release of Russian political prisoners. They stood up for democracy and human rights. Their own leaders threw them in prison. The United States helped secure their release as well. That's who we are in the United States. We stand for freedom, for liberty, for justice, not only for our own people, but for others as well. And that's why all Americans can take pride in what we've achieved today. I want to thank everyone in my administration who helped make this happen. Our work did not start just on day 1. It started before day 1. During the transition, I instructed our national security team to dig into all the cases of hostages being wrongfully detained, which were inherently, well, we inherited them from the prior administration. I wanted to make sure we hit the ground running, and we did. As of today, my administration has brought home over 70 Americans who were wrongfully detained and held hostage abroad. Many since before I took office. Additionally, I issued an executive order in 2022 authorizing penalties like sanctions and travel bans
Yo.
on those who hold Americans against their will.
The small artist,
My
what
State
up?
Department has introduced new warnings
I don't know, what up?
for Americans about the risk of being wrongfully
The
detained
business is
by
good.
a foreign government. Deals like this one come with tough calls,
They tripping out here.
and there are never any guarantees.
We
There's
gonna
nothing
talk
that
though.
matters more to me than protecting Americans at home and abroad. And so we'll continue to work for the release of all wrongfully detained Americans around the world. Let me end where I began.
Of
With
course
Paul,
I remember you.
Evan, and also Vladimir and their families. They
I
never
remember
gave up
you.
hope.
Shout outs to the Rolling 60s.
You can't imagine what they've been through, all of you. Matter of fact, this lady right here, I think, was living in the Oval Office with us for a while.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is Smoke and Mirrors. I'm smoking on some. It's called Miami Vice. Shout outs to my plug, yo. But yeah, the topic of the show, you already see the captions, you see the title, you see it all. You see this bozo on TV talking. And like I said, the Democrats are desperate. Yes, I'm black. Yes, I fall under the umbrella of Democratic Party. But that don't mean appreciate you. That don't mean, right? Shout out to my bro, the small artist, man. This is sponsored by No Time for Games, the magazine, my magazine. No Game Beauties, Stack Chicken, What We Doing, Hood Proud, No Game Discounts. I got a couple of businesses. But this particular topic, I couldn't wait to get home and do this, right? Joe Biden just sat right in front of the camera, and if you a black American, you seen all the lies he was saying to make it look good for his partner Kamala Harris, however you pronounce her name. They're desperate because she's been exposed for being a creep with withholding evidence to keep innocent black men in prison. Did y'all know? Did y'all know Israel bombed Iran? Simulation escape. Salute. Did y'all know that the U.S. bombed, not the U.S., Israel bombed Iran? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that the U.S. is an ally of Israel? Iran's an ally of Russia? Do you see what's going on? He wants to be proud to say that 16 Americans were let go. Yes, salute for that. We get that. Couple years back, if not last year, you let go this top arms, the brain behind the military, all that, the arms, all of that. Y'all let him go for Brittany Griner. But Joe talking about they work relentlessly to get Americans free from a board. How these people do decades in prison and they were innocent. No disrespect to Brittany Griner, but weed is illegal in that country and you got caught with it. Fuck if you knew about it in your bag or not. Those people was innocent. Now you want to step up after years. You let go 8 people. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, small artists. Make sure y'all follow my brother, small artist. Shows me love all day. 16 Americans. Wasn't even 16 Americans. It was 16 prisoners. So not only did Joe work to free the U.S. people, he worked to free our allies, prisoners. And he think that is a good thing that he's doing. We give you all the credit, but to a certain extent, because right now all this is a campaign push. All this is politically designed and orchestrated to keep y'all unaware of what's going on abroad involving this country and the phone calls this man done made with House representatives and Senate representatives. Kamala Harris is walking into a storm. Everybody's thinking it's going to be history. Yes, she's a black woman. This was written that a black woman, there was going to be a female president, period. This was already designed by this government. So all this political BS is just a walkthrough. They plotting to get this woman in office and she don't know what she's doing. If she gets in office, we will have an issue. If Trump gets in office, we will have an issue. But I'll take my chances, and I'm a Democrat. I'll take my chances with that Republican, though. On this go round, absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all can have your own views. I'm just giving my personal opinion. At the end of the day, this right here, it was all a political move and it was a smoke screen because there's a war going on abroad that where this country's involved in, and everybody's not realizing the depths and the significance of what's happening right now. Even if this woman do, and I'm not trying to campaign against her because I don't campaign against nobody. Even if this woman do win presidency of the United States, a war will instantly start. Instantly. A war will start. Every other country that's not our allies that we have issues with, that's nuclear armed, y'all don't think they've been politicking behind closed doors? Joe Biden did this because why is he up there speaking about free prisoners when he just bailed on everything? He went into hiding for a minute. They say he was sick, whatever, but he looked like he healed up real fast when he heard that the prisoners was about to get freed. So he wanted to look good in front of the camera. He wanted to do this. This was his last political hoorah. Because Joe's on his way out, and he knows it. He know he can't beat that man Trump in no race. And sad to say, and honestly to say, Kamala Harris, she don't have no win against Trump in this race. We just gonna be real on the up and up. Trump's the only president that did something for black people. Regardless of what you call him or what you say, the only president. Obama didn't do shit for us. Excuse my French, but Obama didn't do nothing. Nothing. He had Joe Biden as his VP when he should have had Hillary Clinton. Y'all want y'all history with a woman president. Obama should have had Hillary Clinton as the vice president. No funny. Because Joe's horrible. Y'all not paying attention. Y'all need to go back to when Joe was a senator back in the 80s. I'm guessing 80s. In the 80s. Joe Biden didn't have no problems with being public with his racism. But he laughed and joked about it. So what makes you think he care about you? There's homeless people and innocent prisoners in jail in the United States. That ain't enough. That ain't serious enough. I was wrongfully accused and falsely imprisoned for a charge that I didn't commit because I wasn't even in the place at the time of the crime. I was in a totally different state. Where's the government speaking for that? But they want to slide that under the rug, though. Absolutely. Michael Abdullah. You right. At the end of the day, we don't know what's going on out here, but I know for a fact a lot of madness been going on here the last 4 years. A lot of weird, suspect craziness has been happening, and it's been involving this country in a lot of stuff. The political powers that be are putting the people of this nation in harm's way, period. All jokes aside and everything on the up and up, the political heads in this country are putting all of the people of this nation in harm's way. They trying to make this country something different where you are not in the land of the free and the home of the brave no more. They trying to make this country where you're in a controlled nation. It's all a form of control, yo. They trying to control everything. And what they do is they put it on this media. Why they don't put on the media when all these political heads are under investigation for all the BS, the stealing, the wrongful hits that they dropping, and innocent people in different countries, little kids is getting blown up. Everything's going wrong, but nobody wants to shed light on that. Why this country won't do that? This country is holding more ace cards with all the madness and war in the hand. If they play a card and something get blown up, something getting taken over, people are being removed, or we're taking our U.S. money and tax-paying dollars that everybody get out here and work to take care of themselves. Y'all taking taxes from them to send to other people that we don't know to help a fight we know nothing about. But we supposed to vote for you type of dudes. How? Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. This is a channel where we deal with, like, I don't know what these other vloggers is doing. I don't take no shots at them. But when I talk about situations, these be real facts because y'all don't be paying attention to real stuff that be going on. See, most of the world is caught up with being in their phone on social media, and y'all got the power right in your hand, but y'all just won't do the research. That's why I made this channel the channel that it is, because a lot of things are happening behind closed doors that us, the people, ain't paying attention to. We too busy getting caught up in the hype and the trends and what the masses got, and some of us are living expensive lives with day-to-day pockets. But events like this and information like this is on a daily basis and it's consistent. So it's up to you to grasp it and do your own due diligence. But right now, a lot of madness, weirdness, and craziness is going on in this country. A lot of people with the power are bugging out, and we're putting these people in office. It's time for us to start really pumping the brakes on these type of people and their situations and their agendas, because we gonna be the ones that's gonna be in the end result. We're gonna be the ones that suffer the most, from healthcare to jobs to living to food to medical, all of that. It's gonna fall on the people that vote and put these people in office, that be passing these laws behind closed doors, and that be that. I encourage everybody who's paying attention and watching from your community, start going to them council hearings, start going to them city hall hearings, and start listening to what's going on in your neighborhood, bro. They passing bills and y'all not knowing. They giving out raises to these politicians and these officers and all these people, and they be dirty, and nobody's going to object to it because nobody's going to step up. Who's stepping up? All we doing as a people and as a human race is trying to see who can outshine the other one. I don't care about outshining nobody. I got 14 companies. I gotta manage those. You ain't gonna see all of them because I gotta manage all of them. I'm whatever y'all want to call shine. I don't call it shine. I call it working. I'm working for my children so they can be straight, and I educate them with stuff like this that's going on. Not the average person. I use my brain. A lot of y'all just be out here just living. Shout outs to everybody that tapped in, man. This is real talk we dealing with. Not none of that fabricated stuff. This show is called Smoking Mirrors. When you tired of being gassed, share this with your people, man. Subscribe to the channel. The content's real because ain't no time to play no games out here. You only got one life. And if you ain't living accordingly and paying attention to what's going on, this shit gonna go by like that. Then you ain't gonna be nowhere. You're gonna be in the ground, or you're gonna be stuck on the street, or you're gonna be taking somebody's medicine because you done lost it. You couldn't cope with what's going on and how your life plummeted because you wasn't paying attention to what's going on out here. To you young dudes out here, start doing your research. Y'all want to be gangsters. You know the real gangsters are the ones that are smart. Y'all don't even understand. Anybody could be a bozo and get out here and jump out the window and crash out and be a crash test dummy. But it takes selective people to use this and do your due diligence and get information. Shout outs to 10 Toes Down TV. I don't care what nobody say. I taps in. Make sure y'all tap into 10 Toes Down TV. I'm going to try and get him on the show because the brother be dealing with some realness. People don't be liking him, and that's how it be sometimes. Shout outs to a couple of other vloggers out there, man. I'll speak on y'all when y'all, kicking that real. 050, the movement, China Brim, and Harlem Legend, they got the jails, they got the streets, like they got people tapped in. They be talking some real stuff. It's just what it is, man. It is what it is. TV show, shout outs to Cameron and Mace. They out there kicking the real stuff from the sports and the hip hop in the streets and all that. They covering it. Make sure y'all tap into Clash TV. Shout outs to my brother Chris Gotti, man. Show me a lot of love, bro. Shout outs to Earn Your Leisure. Show me a lot of love, though. This is what we doing out here. We networking with big players and big people, but we just talking realness. We can't be out here acting like you real and you living a lie and you kicking that lie to somebody else to gas them to live that lie too when there's things like going on, man. People getting killed, innocent people getting killed in their home. Police are allowed to come up in your home with a lie and gun you down in your home. Rest in peace, Miss Massey. Rest in peace, my little brother, they lied. Kamal Flowers. Google it. Kamal Flowers. Kamal Flowers. They said he pointed a gun at the police officer and all that. They gunned my brother down from when they was chasing him. Where's the government on this? And I got proof that what the officer was saying was a stone cold lie. Where's the government on the help in this? My uncle, Mr. Kenneth Chamberlain Sr. DJ Henry, my little brother. Jarrell C2 Garris, my little brother. Where's the government on these? These are personal issues that I know about where the police killed these people for no reason. And this government, this nation, the one that want to run abroad and help everybody abroad, let stuff like this happen in their own backyard. But they don't want to talk about that. These is people that we put in the seats, bro. This is crazy. When are we gonna understand that we really do have that power though? When are y'all gonna understand and start running these type of programs and showing y'all kids or teaching any kid out here to do research on what's going on out here in the world. Don't get caught up what's going on in the hood or what's going on Instagram or what's going on that. If it ain't speaking about how you supposed to pay attention to what's going on in this country and make a plan to get further without getting caught up, you're not thinking right. Think about it. In the South, in the Commonwealth states in the South, they can make a law every day for a year. They can make a law, change a law, make a law, change a law, change it again, and change it again for 365 days of the year. Until it fits their system's curriculum to where you will be punished for whatever situation you get caught up in. Certain states got to run through it, run there, and go bills, pass it, and all that. No, in the South, they really get them bills passed quick. And it don't take no month. I seen bills in Virginia get passed in a week. 7 days, bill passed. 7 more days, another bill passed. I've seen it. Don't get caught up in the hype. These Democratic Party, this go round, the Democratic Party, real desperate. And it's gonna show. Do your due diligence. Shout outs to everybody that tapped in. Stay tuned till tomorrow. We at it again. Till then, be smart about things, man. Love us, y'all.